Hey, what is up, everybody? I'm Will, and we are back with some more Genshin today. I'm hoping today is gonna go smoother than yesterday. Yesterday was like literally an hour plus of just nothing but cutscenes, and it's just like, brother. But hey, we got a little bit of story progression. The Moon Goddess is gonna be going back to the moon via the festival that's happening, and we are also getting some more information on our spaceship. So, unfortunately, out of the whole hour of cutscenes, that's basically it that we got out of there. I wish we got like more information than just that, but they are really chugging along in this sucker. But yeah, today we're going to be pushing forward with even more story. Also, did not realize this yesterday. Cozy Games did their usual yearly Cozy Games stream, which I usually forget about because like I think they do more than one stream. Like they do like smaller streams throughout the year or something. But they did a big one yesterday. Again, like all major gaming outlets live streamed it, like GameSpot, IGN, all of them over onto YouTube. There were like there was like, I think, an hour and a half maybe worth of games that they went through, maybe more. Two that really stood out was Mirage Miracle Quest, which is like all the characters are anthropomorphic animals, so kind of like Zootopia. And it's like very anime. The main character is a magical girl who's also a cat girl. The art style looks dope. You should check it out. Mirage Miracle Quest. Yeah, it looks hand drawn, or not hand drawn, but like very closely hand drawn. It's 2D. It's not pixel art, but it's like more like vector drawn looking. Looks really nice. Art style wise, looks dope. It's an RPG. Super down for that. And then there was one by Annapurna too, which like I'm usually down to check out whatever Annapurna's putting out. They usually put out pretty decent stuff. Called D-Topia. D-Topia. And it looks like it's a puzzle game. Very simple art style, 3D. That's like anime-esque. Yeah, there were like a bunch of games, but like those two really stood out. One because like it's an RPG and the art style looked dope, and then the other one because it had like a very clean looking 3D art style, like cartoony art style that's like anime inspired, but puzzle game. I still need to get what was it, Blueprints? I need to get that puzzle game. I love puzzle games. Um Probably one of my favorite genres. Despite most of the time there's not really a story with them, which that's one thing that like I liked The Witness for. It's like it had a weird story. And I wish more puzzle games that were like heavily like puzzle games would also have a story. And it's like I gotta make that. But I am bad at making puzzles. But anyway, today we are gonna be continuing on here, and tomorrow there's gonna be Game Awards, which I'm not gonna be streaming. Um, However, I will be posting over on Blue Sky and Twitter the trailers that I find interesting. So those are possible upcoming games that we're going to be playing on the stream. So I'm going to be doing that tomorrow. Yeah. And then depending on how today goes, we will see about playing another day of this, or maybe we will swap over to one of our new games that we're gonna play. Because right now we got 3 games on deck. Where Winds Meet, which that's another game that like it's a free game. It's like Chinese, like I don't know if it's like supposed to be fantasy or more realistic, but like it's like old school Chinese period piece, multi-character. I don't know a lot about it, but it looks dope. As well as Neon White, which we're 100% playing at some point as well.
Huh? She's not here. Weren't there a few Kuhenki here last time too? Where did they all go? Walkies? For Kuhenki? You're not pets, you know. Oh, well. Looks like we just came at a bad time. Let's try again tomorrow. There's still a few days until Moon Prayer Night, so we're in no rush. Besides, she needs time to rest anyway. outside. Especially since she's worried about attracting unwanted attention. What about Luanatar? Luanatar, you there?
Has she been kidnapped? We have to save her? That's gonna be the thing?
Hey! Do you know where Columbina went? Sorry, didn't understand. But if you know where she is, could you take us to her? Yeah, that's even stranger. What about him? Oh, that's not good news. They change color when Columbina gets weaker, right? And they look super pale right now. Good idea. She might know what's happening.
Ah, it's you. How is Kutar? No, she hasn't. I came here to check on her after I noticed the flowers had changed color. Based on past precedent, she must be very weak right now. Even getting up to walk would be a struggle. It seems unlikely that she wandered off outside.
Not to mention that she doesn't do that at the best of times either. So yeah, this is super weird.
No. Very few people are in the know about Kutar's whereabouts. And if anyone suspicious had visited, they'd have left some sort of evidence. Come on, let's go to Nasha Town. If anyone has seen her, someone there will know about it. It's not Cry's information hub after all.
Makes sense. Let's go.
Right, wrong one. Yeah, it kind of... Yeah, it just keeps having us ping-pong between here and then back to here. And it's just like, no one's running this. Instant teleportation.
Wait a moment. Is it just Paimon, or is this stall kind of suspicious? It's never been here before, right?
No, I don't recognize it.
Alas, your free and easy adventure time is over. Now, prepare to face the final boss of Nod Cry.
Whoa! Where'd that voice come from?
Not sure, but it's definitely hostile.
No, not that way. The final boss is right here.
The sniffer mole?
Forget some of these animals can
That's
talk.
the final boss? Surely not. Also,
Okay, the jig is up. I'll stop teasing you. Turn around. I'm right behind you. It seems I've
Hello.
managed to leave quite an indelible impression, even though you've never seen my face. Oh, nothing could make a great mage more pleased with herself.
Alice. That's not... What is that? Around your head. That's not a hat.
What is going on?
I've heard that all the big shots in Teyvat have long, wordy titles that stun people speechless when they make their entrance. Unfortunately, none of them are affiliated with the Hexen Circle, and we ourselves keep a very low profile. The notorious name-dropping doesn't quite work for us. Still, I, for one, think I'm really quite amazing. So that didn't stop me from coming up with a title anyway.
Alice! It's really you this time? Not a lantern or a Dodoko, but Alice in the flesh?
Oh, that's right. So, what do you think? How does it feel to finally meet me?
Am I crazy? I feel like her voice is different.
You look like...
Oh, that's the first thing you thought. A little surprising, but that actually makes me very happy. Because that means that when Klee grows up, she'll be just as stunningly beautiful as her mother.
So she's a Friend of yours?
She's our friend's mom.
Kind of. This is actually the first time we've seen her in person.
I see. Madam Mage, that was, quite a powerful entrance. I certainly won't be forgetting it anytime soon.
It's okay, Lauma, don't force it. Paimon will do the honors. This is Alice from the Hexen Circle. She's a friend of ours. And of Arcus, too. That's right. She's a good person, just kinda unpredictable.
Well, what is the human heart if not unpredictable? Hmm? If we could not do as we please, how would we differ from machines?
I am Lauma, Moon Chanter of the Frost Moon Scions. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, I know. Before you got here, I spent a good, 15 minutes getting up to speed on Nodcry's present situation. In other words, I've read the whole in the last episode part, so we can skip the pleasantries.
Fair enough. Well, Miss Alice, I can already tell that you have quite a unique personality.
He'll get used to it. Paimon sure is. So anyway, what are you doing in Nodcry, Alice?
Oh, I thought I told you already. This time, I'm the final boss.
Why'd they?
And what a formidable foe I shall be. Powerful, confident, decisive, and good luck finding my weak spot. You will never succeed.
Okay, I like her design except for the crown piece that she has on. Like, just give her a hat if you're gonna do a thing like come on.
Oh, drat! My one weakness, and you found it in an instant. Fate has been dealt a devastating blow.
She seems very top heavy.
Thus falls the
The hat.
great Dodo King.
Why are you playing along with this nonsense?
For funsies, of course. What's wrong, Paimon? Are you disappointed in me? Am I a gigantic letdown?
No, it's just... you seem like a busy lady. And this is the one time you've shown up in person. Paimon figured it would be for something more high stakes than just goofing around.
You're quite right. I'm here in Nodcry because something big happened. Something big enough it caught the attention of the Hexen Circle. It concerns the 3 moons, Teyvat's borders, and of course, the moon goddess you are currently searching for. Kind of. Why don't we discuss this over a pot of tea? My main reason for coming on this trip to Teyvat was, of course, to have some fun. But I do technically have a job to do as well, namely, maintaining the stability of Teyvat's borders. I'll skip over the complicated parts, but to sum it up, abyssal energies are all that lie beyond Teyvat's border. We'd find ourselves in a real pickle if they ever made it through. And the phantoms you've been seeing are a sign that the border has been disturbed.
No wonder they tend to show up around Moon Prayer Night.
Is it because the real moon is now so close to us that its power can cross the border?
In part, but only a negligible amount passes through. Just enough to influence the verdant crests and so on. And as you've noticed, there has been an unprecedented number of phantoms appearing this year. The influence of the moon beyond the border cannot explain this. No, there is another far greater factor at play. The trilunar syzygy.
A trilunar syzygy.
Eons ago, before the heavenly principles came to Teyvat, it was the then 3 moon goddesses who controlled the laws of this world. Oh, that's exactly it! The 3 goddesses split these powers amongst themselves, promising never to consolidate them into one singular body. This was meant to keep the world stable. But, fast-forwarding to the present, the eternal moon's marrow is with you, while the iridescent moon's marrow, which should never have appeared in this world, has been retrieved. Add that to the presence of a moon goddess in the flesh and... the power of all 3 moons is gathered here in Nodcry. There hasn't been an event like this since the War of Funerary Flame. And it's having a noticeable effect on Teyvat's borders. Because I wish to give my darling daughter a peaceful, sunny environment to grow up in. Is that a good enough reason?
Kinda sounds like you're dodging the question, but it does make sense.
Well, that's one reason anyway, and the most important one. The others are a little complicated to explain. For instance, cleaning up after dearest Miss R. Albedo could tell you more about that if you're curious, but right now, I have a more important question to ask you. Why are you collecting the moon marrows? I see. Nicole told me about that legend once.
Nicole? You mean Meet Anne?
Oh, so you remember.
I don't.
Yes, of course. That was a story about fate, her area of expertise. But back to the story of our dear moon goddess. I'm afraid her intended method of returning to the moon is unlikely to work anymore.
What does that mean?
She may be missing, but she hasn't gone anywhere. She has disappeared.
Okay, you're kind of just being like, she hasn't gone anywhere. She just disappeared. It's like, okay, be more specific. Like invisibility? Like what's happening? Like what?
My body is so heavy. Wait, no. It's my mind that's heavy. My arms and legs are as light as a feather. What's happening to me? I feel drowsy, like I've been asleep for too long. Is it daytime or nighttime? Is the moon out? I think I'll go for a walk. Are you out for a walk too? Huh?
Incorporeal. Is it because her power is fading so much?
The day has come at last. Have I grown so weak that I can't even sustain my physical form? But Moon Prayer Night is nearly here. I was so close to returning home. Death is near. Is this how it ends for me? Will I return to the moon after I disappear? Or...
Ugh. Stop!
So far,
The
at least,
frickin'
I still exist.
ASMR breathing into the
Even if not
fucking microphone.
physically,
It's creepy
I can
and
still
weird
feel.
feeling. Stop it.
But as my power wanes,
Bro.
I'm sure that too will fade. I suppose I might take one final look at this world. The world where I was born.
I hate when they do that frickin' breathing crap right into the microphone.
Come on, come on! Wait for me! The Frost Moon Enclave. How much it has changed since I was born.
These decorations, they're so heavy.
It's times like this when you kind of wish men could be priestesses and acolytes.
How fascinating. I've never had the chance to be privy to people's private lives in this way. In the past, people would get so solemn and serious the moment I showed my face. Like they were frozen stiff.
Karina, Lametti, it's time to eat.
Coming! I want to watch them a little longer.
So
just fill these balloons with air, right?
Yep. Try a couple now to test things out. The rest can wait till Moon Prayer night.
Think fast.
Rita!
Teasing an acolyte of the Frost Moon Scions? Surely that's a punishable offense.
Take this!
Huh?
All right, enough horsing around. Lady Lauma gave us a task. We should get back to it.
The task is just to check that the balloons don't leak, right? Doesn't matter if we fill them with air or water. Yeah.
Okay, you got me there. And you got me there. But still, we can't use all the balloons before the festival even starts.
We won't use all of them. And as long as Lady Lauma's trusted acolyte doesn't snitch, this can stay as a little secret between friends. A couple more can't do any harm, right?
Oh, you menace. Then, think fast!
Is pumping a balloon full of water really so much fun?
Oh, we can jump.
I'm sure you're both tired from playing all day. Come on, eat up.
A plain, humble meal. That has always been the way of the Frost Moon Scions.
Huh? How come Lamatti got a midsummer berry dessert? Oh, I always get Lagaberry. I don't mind sharing. You can have a bite of mine if I get to have a bite of yours.
Hmm? They're sharing food? I've never shared food with anyone before. Even at the Harbinger tea parties, everyone just ate off their own plate. And when I couldn't finish my food offerings from the Frost Moon Scions, they'd leave the leftovers out under the moonlight for the animals to claim.
Hey! That was 2 bites! Oh, then you can have another bite of mine.
Oh, you too. Oh, don't fret now. Here, have some of Granny's too.
So this is what it means to be family. I'm seeing so much that I'd never usually get to see. They'd never act like this when I was around. It's nice, being able to just watch people in peace in these final moments. What a rare opportunity. I think I'll go take a look around Nasha Town, too. Maybe the Traveler will be there.
After the War of Funerary Flame, the moon goddesses were no longer recognized by Teyvat. They lost the whole foundation for their existence. That's why the moon goddess's strength is fading. She cannot withstand the world's rejection of her. To be more pedantic about it, the moon goddesses did something to offend the heavenly principles, and that's why they were ousted. Something of a recurring theme in Teyvat's history. Theoretically, speaking so candidly should put me in their crosshairs too, but they can't tell me what to do. I'll say whatever I want. Anywho, the Moon Marrow energies were but a drop in the bucket for her, and that battle against the Ray Hair of Solnari only weakened her further. Fortunately, it happened close enough to Moon Prayer Night when the Kuvaki concentration here is high. That's the only reason she managed to survive this long.
What do you mean, fortunately? You said she disappeared. We're too late.
Ugh, what a headache. I thought this was all common knowledge. I guess I have some more explaining to do. Okay, buckle up. It's time for another lecture. Now, I said earlier that the moon goddesses lost the foundation for their existence. The reason for that has to do with the natural order. Basically, the rationale for their existence in Teyvat was lost. The same logic applies to the present moon goddess too. Consider her existence so far. Her comrades in the Fatui called her Damselette. And she was worshipped as Kutar by the Frost Moon Scions. But these connections have now been severed, whether by her hand or yours.
So, the rationale that once sustained her existence is now gone.
Wait, we did that to her?
Oh, well, strictly speaking, yes. But let's not start pointing fingers, shall we? I'll only end up as the big bad villain, and that's not the kind of final boss I want to be. Of course I do. I'm only the greatest mage in the whole entire world. Now, if you wish to find your moon goddess, there are 2 problems we need to solve. Firstly, we'll need to strengthen the connection between her and Teyvat, at least enough to sustain her until Moon Prayer Night.
Strengthen her connection. But does that mean I'll have to rally all the Frost Moon faithful behind this?
I'm afraid a bygone faith and a former home won't be of any help to her now. Do you know her name?
Her name?
Oh, yes. Names are very important things. A name is a fundamental concept that anchors one's entire existence. Then your first job is to find it. As a moon goddess, I'm sure she must have a name she identifies with. Neither Columbina nor Kutar is her true name, and she's never really accepted either of them.
So, finding out her real name is enough to sustain her existence?
Yes, I know it sounds like a small step, but every journey begins that way. So for now, that's all we need to focus on. The second problem is with her plan to use the moon marrows to return to the moon. Unfortunately, piercing through the false sky will take an enormous amount of power. Given her current condition, she won't be able to provide anywhere near enough power, even if she recovers her physical form.
Okay, I feel like I missed a step because that's the second time someone's referred to the false sky. What is that? Like, I feel like I'm missing a beat when it comes to that. Because we've seen a fake sky before when we, like, went underground in the volcano. It was, like, literally a fake sky that, like, clearly was just, like, a bunch of screens and stuff. It's like, is it like that? Or is it just, like, a turn of phrase for, like, this, like a barrier or something? Like, what do you mean when you say false sky? I feel like they might have explained it, but I was just not here for it.
But no need to fret. Nicole's the expert in this field, and I'm sure she'll figure something out.
Wait, Mage N is going to help us out too? That means we've got 2 Hexacircle mages on the case. This is turning into a pretty big deal.
Okay, I'm trying to look it up for Genshin to see if we have lore about it.
Actually, this is more of a side quest for me.
We do. Okay. So, there's a lot of lore on this. How the fuck do I not remember them ever really bringing this up much? Okay, false sky is the sky that, like, basically the sky that we see. So, like, the stars and all of that stuff, that's all fake. Which was made by the heavenly principles as, like, a barrier. For the purpose to separate the world from the sea of stars. Oh, okay, so it's like the ozone layer, basically, but it's like magic-based rather than it being like a nature thing that like our planet has. Um, so, okay, so when we're here at nighttime and we see the stars in the sky, that's all fake. That's like a fake projection. We don't know what outside of this planet actually looks like. So this is kind of leaning into, like, could this be a simulation thing? And it's like, it's all a simulation actually inside Honkai Star Rail or something. Okay. So yeah, apparently that's a very well-known thing, is the sky is fake. Like, especially like the night sky. And it's a barrier put on by the heavenly principles. But then what does the space around us look like mean then? Do we actually have a sun or something, or is that fake too? Like, what? Apparently this has been known since Archon Quest Chapter 5. Act 4? Oh, wow. Okay, so this happened in, like, the last... In Natland, we found this out. I do not remember hearing about this. So, yeah, this was introduced relatively recently in Natland. And let's face it, Natland wasn't the most engaging, so, like, a lot of that kind of just... went right over my head. But yeah, I don't remember talking about the sky too much. I mean, we were mainly talking about the Abyss. Unless the Abyss is the space around Natland. Or, like, Teyvat. I mean... Wait, has that ever been explained? Is the Abyss literally just space? And it's not, like... Wow. Is that a possibility? That, like, Abyss is literally outward space, and then the barrier keeps that out? So instead of it being like a neutral world where the gods go to and where the Abyss comes to, maybe the world itself is Abyss, and then our world was made within the Abyss, and then the gods put a thing around it to protect it from corruption. Because I thought the world was neutral and the Abyss was like an invading force, but what if Natland is kind of like the anomaly within the abyssal world? And the Abyss world is actually just reality outside of the barrier. I don't know. All these, they talk about these concepts, like, throughout all these years. It's hard to keep straight, a lot of this stuff. Definitely need, like, a refresher on all the information we have on this stuff so far. But, anyway.
Like you said, I'm a busy lady, so I can't stay for too long. I'll have to return to Teyvat's border soon. That's the upside you get for looking out for my little Klee. Hopefully that will incentivize you to carry on keeping her company in the future. Anyway, jokes aside, you'd better get moving. It will take quite a miracle for the moon goddess's consciousness to hold out till moon prayer night. Oh, I suppose I might as well tell you where Nicole is before I leave. Off you go now. Time to meet your new friend. Oh, yes, and a little suggestion. Don't forget to mind your heads.
What does that mean? Why must you be cryptic? Yeah, I don't know if she showed up on the banner. Hold on.
I wonder how Duran's doing. I should really go see him before I head back.
Hold on. I need to look up the banner because, like, there was one banner that showed, like, a lot of the characters from this area right around the time it came out. And there's a few people in the background we still haven't met. And I don't know if she's one of them on there, or if they're still. Because I know there's at least 2 more people we need to meet in this region that we have yet to meet. I don't know if she's one of them because they're, like, way in the back. But there's definitely a blonde-haired woman in the background. Let's see. Why am I doing this the hard way? I literally have it saved.
You really are super busy.
I most certainly am. There's so many children I have to keep tabs on just in Mondstadt. Durin, Albedo, Venti, Varka.
Clay didn't make the list, huh?
Of course not. Klee is my pride and joy. I have no qualms about her, because she's the best child in the whole wide world.
Oh, yep. Clee's a little angel.
I'm glad you agree. Well, all the best. See you when I see you.
She left in a hurry.
Yeah, she didn't pack up her stall. Should we handle it for her?
I must say, I'm now very curious about her daughter. Klee, wasn't it? What's she like?
That's a long story. Come on, we'll fill you in as we go.
What a lively place. I've never experienced Nasha Town like this before.
Hey, you old geezer! Your hammer's rusted through!
Who are you calling old geezer?
Are they quarreling?
I'm looking right at him! You've really gone downhill since giving your daughter free reign in the workshop. Can you even swing a hammer anymore? It shouldn't take you days just to fix a single chair! You might as well use that hammer to massage my back for all the good it's doing.
Don't run your mouth, or you'll get a back massage that'll put you in bed for the rest of your life. Look, the materials haven't arrived yet, all right? You know how busy it gets in the days before Moon Prayer Night.
I'll bet you send all the materials to your little princess. Blood's always thicker than water, huh?
All right, you've made your point, Uncle Koski. As soon as the materials arrive, fixing your chair will be the #1 priority. And Dad, if you've got time to chat, why don't you lend me a hand,
See? Lolka knows what the score is.
I guess they're friends. But the way they spoke to each other was so ugly. Then again, it wouldn't be the first time I've seen something like this.
Columbina! Sing outside my door in the middle of the night one more time, and I'll unscrew your vocal cords. You hear me?
Oh, Sandrone. So that was her way of trying to be friends with me. What a pity. I won't get the chance to say any ugly things in reply.
Okay, it looks like there is one more person. Klee's mom was not on the poster. That's what I was trying to check. Klee's mom was not on the poster, but there's a blonde-haired woman next to Varka. Like, way in the background. But the blonde-haired woman doesn't have, like, the huge headpiece that we just saw. So, there's one more character in this zone that we have yet to meet. And for some reason, it was only on the 6.0 poster.
Hey, have you decided what to give her for Moon Prayer Night?
I sure have. She's gonna get the surprise of her life when she's least expecting it. Then I'll whip out the ring and pop the question.
The surprise of her life. What a fun turn of phrase.
Cool, I get the picture. You can spare me the gushy details. Ooh, looks like we have a customer. Hello there, ma'am. Would you like some Moon Prayer Night candy?
Huh? Is he Talking to me? Can he see me?
Here you go.
Right through ya.
Come back anytime. Right. Now, where were we?
I don't know why, but I still held out hope.
The most important thing right now is to find that mage.
This name thing seems super important too, but where do we even start looking?
I'd better go pay the Fatui a visit.
Columbina?
Traveler?
Let's go! This is no time to be spacing out!
Back to the moon, Death.
Where are they going? They mentioned a mage and... a name?
So, Mr. Varka, are you acquainted with this Nicole? Or should I call her Mage N?
Ah, not really. We've never met, though she has come up in conversation. From what I've gathered, Alice kinda took Nicole under her wing. Taught her how to speak in a more ladylike fashion, that kind of thing.
Huh. Hard to imagine Alice as an etiquette coach.
Yeah, Alice is a larger-than-life personality, I'll give you that. But then again, that's why she's able to draw such an eclectic mix of people into her inner circle. If I remember correctly, being an interesting person is actually one of her main entry requirements. So, if you ever wanted to join the Hexenzirkel, I'm sure you'd both be eligible to apply.
Hey! Don't go around making promises on Alice's behalf!
I wouldn't dare. I'm just trying to paint a picture of the Hexenzirkel for you.
Okay, sure. Anyway, since none of us have ever met Nicole, how are we supposed to find her? We can't just go up to every woman in sight and ask, "Hey, are you Nicole?"
Maybe something she's wearing will give it away? Like, a wind bloom pinned to her chest or something.
Wait a minute. Alice never said Nicole was from Mondstadt.
Oh, true.
That would be
Boom.
this young lady?
And then that's the final person on the poster.
Hey there! Sorry to disturb you, but are you Miss Nicole?
Varka, Knight of Boreas of the Knights of Favonius. Alice might have mentioned me before.
Mm-mm.
Ah! Have we got the wrong person? Sorry. Well, this is awkward.
When I shook my head, I meant, no, Alice hasn't mentioned you before.
Huh? Where is this voice coming from?
My apologies. For certain reasons, I am unable to speak. This is the only way I can communicate with you. It might take some getting used to, but I hope you can understand.
Hey, it's fine. I'm more shocked by the fact that Alice never speaks about me. I mean,
Telepathy.
As for you two, we have crossed paths twice before, but it is nonetheless a pleasure to finally meet you.
It's really you! Thanks for all your guidance in the past!
You're quite welcome. This time, things are different. We have reached the unwritten pages of the story. You might say that we stand at the crossroads of fate.
Whether the writers decide to actually pull this off or if it falls flat,
Now
we'll
then,
see.
Allow me to formally introduce myself. My name is... No, stop! Alice! I can't believe it! I had a whole speech prepared. I'd agonized over every single word. She always picks the worst moments to ruin other people's plans. I'm so sorry about that. Alice took the liberty of devising some bespoke self-introduction magic for each member of the Hexen Circle. But I could have sworn I deleted all of the triggering conditions for it. How did it bypass everything? Oh gosh, this is so embarrassing.
This is a very different side of Nicole than what we're used to. Is she not used to face-to-face interaction?
Okay, is anyone else getting mind blown that that's not just like a meta thing that popped up, but instead it's like, oh no, that's a real thing that literally pops up next to them? What? Since when? Is that always a thing and just no one ever talked about it?
Don't worry about it. We've seen that introduction magic once already, so it wasn't too much of a shock.
Oh, okay, so just once before. Then why didn't you say it last time?
Please go on, Miss Nicole. We'd love to hear what you have to say, or, well, communicate.
Huh? Are they talking to this lady? But...
Will you all promise to forget that horrendously embarrassing introduction?
sorry, embarrassing. When?
Yes, my name is Nicole, and I am one of a very few angels who have retained both their preferred form and their power.
We've got angels now, apparently.
The Traveler and Paimon should be no strangers to this concept. There is another of our kind in Natlan. They call her the Lord of the Night.
Oh, we're angels. Okay. I don't think we have ever named it that before.
Yes. Well, I have retained more of my power than she. It's because I don't have a long-term duty to fulfill. To be more specific, no. We'll be here all day if I get into the specifics. Moving on. If I'm not mistaken, you are here because you wish to learn how one might reach the moon beyond the sky.
That's right. Is that something you can give us any guidance on?
Yes, I do know a way. It began with the Hyperboreans, who lived after the War of Funerary Flame. Blank looks. Maybe I should start with the background of the war, or maybe not. It shouldn't be an issue. I'll fill in the gaps for you when we have more time. Anyway, after that war ended, the three moons retreated to beyond the false sky. The Hyperboreans were humans I once aided. They accepted the civilization and creations bestowed upon them by the angels. But despite accepting many blessings of the angels, many among them still held on to their faith in the moons. They were reluctant to accept the new order, Even after the War of Funerary Flame, they sought to contact the moon goddesses beyond the sky and receive their guidance.
But all three had passed away by that point.
This mage has a unique method of communicating. Is she talking about the moons?
Yes, but they did not know. And so, still they prayed for the moon goddess's mercy. After building titanic structures that consumed vast amounts of Kuvaki, at last they glimpsed the moons and heard their voices. But of course, they were gravely disappointed. For it was then that they realized the three moon goddesses were dead.
Oh, that's such a sad story.
It is. Humanity was in a very sorry state at that time. The angels who had once aided them were gone, and the War of Funerary Flames had left them homeless and destitute.
Wait, that doesn't make sense though. The three moon goddesses being dead. Because we literally know one of them. Unless they're talking about like their physical, like their moon form in the sky being dead, as in being gone.
Just a second, I gotta ask. How relevant is all this history to the task at hand?
Well, I mean, it's... Okay, it seems we've drifted into irrelevant narrative waters. It's been a while since I've had the chance to speak inside someone's head. As soon as I got started, I lost control and the words just flowed out like a waterfall. What I'm trying to say is... Right, yes, that's it. The relevant part is the ritual created by the Hyperboreans. The fact that they bypassed the false sky and saw the true moons implies that they successfully built a connection between Teyvat and the outside world. Which means, with enough Kuvaki and a sufficiently stable connection, it should be feasible to send one person over the border.
Okay, so they built some kind of portal?
Oh, yes. A portal. Yes.
Is something wrong? You sound disappointed.
I just didn't expect you to summarize it so well. It turns out I could have said all that in one word.
Probably, yeah.
If only I'd managed to think of it.
No, please, it's fine. This is invaluable knowledge. I'll be sure to record and preserve everything in writing.
Oh, really? Well, in that case, I suppose I could backtrack and add some more detail. I did gloss over a few things so far.
Whoa, 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 time out. Let's summarize what we've got first. The Hyperboreans were the last ones to use this method, right? So we somehow need to find whatever structure they built and make sure there's enough Kuvaki to power it up. Luckily, we have the moon marrow of both the eternal and iridescent moons, so we're all good for Kuvaki. Which means the key issue we need to focus on is finding the place. Am I right so far?
Yes. Although I expect the structure is long gone by now. That said, what if we could take advantage of the phantoms to travel back to a time when it still existed?
Time travel.
Well, travel back isn't quite accurate. It's more like we'd be creating a handshake between 2 points in space-time. We wouldn't even have to pick a time when it still existed. It could just be a time when it still appeared in phantom form via projection, or we could project our own phantoms, fold them together, and... You look lost. Was that too hard to follow?
Yeah, things got a little, technical there. Paimon's brain is reaching capacity.
Alright, let me think about how to put this more simply. Okay, got it. Over the next few days, I'll search for phantoms that we can use. Once I find one that meets the criteria, I'll let you know and we'll regroup. By completing certain rituals, specific individuals will be able to enter the phantom and make it to the Hyperborean structure. If everything checks out, and it looks feasible, We'll just need to wait for Moon Prayer Night, and we can send the Moon Goddess back home. I'm really skimping on the detail here. Is this making any sense at all?
I think so. For now, we'll just wait to hear from you.
Yes. Basically, yes.
Great. Counting on you. In the meantime, we'll focus on finding the Moon Goddess's name.
My name? Are they looking for a way to stop me from disappearing?
Excuse me, Miss...
Go on, Miss Nicole.
This conversation was a little all over the place. I didn't catch your name.
I am Lauma, of the Frost Moon Scions.
Ah, I did wonder. I noticed that you listened very intently when I spoke about Hyperborea and the moon's history. If you'd be interested, I'd love to visit you this evening and go through it again in greater detail. Also, if you were serious about making a record, it would be too risky to simply write down the raw details as is. I would suggest some tweaks. Maybe rewrite the stories as fairy tales or fables, perhaps even prayers. Anyway, we can cross that bridge when we come to it. So, see you later then? Oh, and no need to prepare anything. Just a cup of tea will do.
See ya!
Yeah, like we've had hints at this before.
She seems friendly. It's just...
Yeah, we've had hints of this before. But her saying that very clearly is like, okay, the powers that be that rule this world want us to not really know about the outside world or try to go there. And like, not going there because it's dangerous is one thing, because I think they'd make that known. I think this world's a prison, perhaps. We'll see.
It's so nice to find someone who's actually willing to listen. I've been dying for a chance to finally go through all this systematically from start to finish. Any longer and I'd probably start forgetting it.
Now Paimon gets why Alice told us to mind our heads.
What did I tell you? A lot of quirky people in Alice's orbit. Now then, the next order of business is, where do we start looking for the Moon Goddess's name?
Maybe the rest of what Nicole has to say might give us some clues.
Once I've heard her out, I'll summarize the salient points and share them with you all. I'm also inclined to review our other documents. Yes, our faith was first established by our Hyperborean ancestors, but many of the more factually accurate records are from after Kuthar's birth.
Sounds like we're gonna follow Columbina's journey through Teyvat, huh? In that case, we'll start by heading to the Frost Moon Enclave.
Sounds like a plan. Take this with you. I'll see about getting in touch with the Fatui. It'll probably just be Arlecchino and Sandroni again. They're the only ones who would want to help.
Thank you, Mr. Varka.
Don't mention it. Honestly, I'm more comfortable dealing with the Fatui than prying into the details of a young lady's childhood. Catch you later.
I should follow them, just in case there's some way that I can help.
Alright. Well, we got introduced to a new character. We got a bunch of lore out of it, as well as just some characterizations. And I don't think we've ever seen magic used in the way that just happened, where it was just like, oh yeah, your little nameplate that pops up. It's like, no, that's literal magic happening. That's a fun little quirk thing. And yeah, it sounds like Alice and her group.
A while ago, I took the time to organize all documents in our possession that pertain to Kuthar. What you see here is the material I consider reliable.
Yeah, and it sounds like Alice and her group are more privy towards the real world. Although I guess that's kind of like, if you really think about it, a lot of the times when it comes to like magic, that's also kind of a theme of like the unknown mysteries of the world being unlocked via this force of magic. But this is, I think, a bit more of a literal than like more of a metaphysical kind of thing, where it's like, oh no, there's like a physical like barrier wall there, but via magic that's like keeping a lot of this stuff out and secret and whatnot. But yeah, one of these days we're gonna have to go to that goddamn castle in the sky, in which we still have not had any way to get up there. I'm waiting for that update, guys.
You're saying there's unreliable material too?
Yeah, very clearly there is information that is dangerous to have, but it's like, but what happens if you have that information? Like if you have a book that like says the truth or says like information that the Heavenly Principles doesn't want us to be privy to, because very clearly they're not all knowing, because us just having that conversation would have been dangerous. But having it written down somewhere could be dangerous. So, like, what happens if you do have that information and Heavenly Principles is privy to it? Like, is it just, like, a giant light beam from the sky that wipes you out? Or are there, like, messengers that come down? Or what's happening? And then, by the way, angels as well, which I don't know if we've ever actually gotten people to say that, oh, like, they're angels. But it's, like, world travelers, angels, I think, are, like, might be, like, interchangeable. Or maybe they're separate classes, I don't know.
Yes. Most of the information we have was transmitted through an oral tradition. Inevitably, some of her stories were mythologized and deified over the years through countless retellings. That's why I organized them into reliable and unreliable.
Oh yeah, also, she said that both the Traveler and Paimon should be privy to, like, her powers or knowledge or whatever. Obviously, main character, Traveler, that's not a surprise. But Paimon, he's, like, I stand by Paimon's the biggest mystery in this goddamn game. He's like, what is she? We've never seen any of her people. Most of the time, we don't even, like, people don't even really react to having a small flying child next to us. But we've never seen any, and I don't think we've heard any lore about those kind of people. Is she also an angel? Or, like, what's up with her? But who we were just talking to literally said that Paimon should be privy to this stuff, meaning, referring to, like, she's probably from the outside world. Or maybe even Celestia or something. Like, how have we traveled with this person for 5 years and never asked a fucking question about their background? Like, seriously? We've never asked, hey, Paimon, you know, where were you before we pulled you out of the water? You know?
There's no sense seeking answers in history unless we can ensure the veracity of the historical record.
Honestly, I'm partial. Like, I don't think this, like, 100%, but, like, I could see it where it's like, oh, the person that was stopping us at the very beginning of the game, maybe they tried to follow us when we fell to this planet and, you know, weird magic, whatever stuff happened, and that grown adult person ended up becoming small child Paimon. Maybe Paimon doesn't even know her background. That's what blows my mind, of how, like, little we actually know about Paimon. Just like, I swear to God, if they make it where it's like some big revealing bullshit.
Makes sense. Alright, let's take a
Or it's just gonna be nothing at all, and it never really mattered, and all these turn of phrases just, like, don't really matter. And people are just overthinking it.
Almost all these records refer to Kotar instead of Columbina. Although neither of those is her real name. Paimon's not sure what point she's trying to make.
What we can gather from these records is that the Frostmoon Scions worshipped her as a god, placing impossible expectations upon her. I cannot fault them for their earnest faith, but for all their devotion, worshipping her day in, day out changed nothing. I imagine that none of it resonated with Columbina. It wouldn't surprise me if, even back then, she had already begun to reject the name Kutar and everything it represented.
Lama speaks the truth. When I heard them call upon Kutar with hope and expectation in their voices, they may as well have been calling upon somebody else.
Well, that's a bit complicated. I looked at the level of detail, perceived authenticity, prose style, and how realistic their portrayal of Kutar seemed to be. Amongst the Frostmoon Scions of today, only I know of her existence, and I alone have spoken to her face to face. As such, I know that there are certain things she simply would never do. That being said, I have sensed some changes in her lately.
Changes? Me?
Oh, seems like this is getting us nowhere. Oh, for what it's worth, why don't we check the unreliable sources too?
Sure. Give me a moment.
Exerting but a fraction of her divine might, Kutar sheared a great mass from the snow-capped mountain and cast it into the sea, upon whose surface shone the mirror image of the moon. Thus was formed the island of Hisi. Yeah, right. That doesn't even begin to pass the sniff test. The 3 moons are not but lies through and through. Only one moon has ever shone for us, and Kutar is her name.
The vast majority of ancient texts are filled with fanciful tales like these. I trust you understand my criteria a little better now. Kutar did not speak, merely gazing into the distance in silence. And where her gaze landed, this was her prophecy. Clearly, whoever wrote this text never even met Kutar. Otherwise, they'd know that her eyes are always closed.
What about you, Traveler? What are you reading? Come on, let Paimon see. The child wished to build a wooden nest with which to shield a fledgling bird from the cold. But being so young and lacking in strength, the child could not snap the branches from the trees. Kutar was passing by. Upon seeing the child, she summoned forth a Kuhenki, who built a beautiful nest for the child.
I remember that.
Not knowing the meaning of Kutar's divine intervention, the child dared not to respond, and thus ran home to call their parents. But Kutar was gone. The Moon-Chanter declared the event a miracle and took the nest as a relic, placing it on high for all to see. The child was named as one favored by the goddess, and was greatly respected amongst the people. Yet, no further miracles were bestowed, and this matter was forgotten in but a few years. Huh. Any thoughts after reading that? Yeah, Columbina probably just wanted to join the kid in making nests.
Ah. I'd originally considered this a fabrication, because Kutar did not perform any similar actions in subsequent records. But now that I think about it, it does seem like something Columbina would do. It's just that...
She didn't know how other people would interpret her actions. She was probably worried about making things difficult for people. So, she gradually stopped joining in.
Yes.
Oh, that's so sad.
And now, I can make no such gestures of warmth, even if I want to.
Still no name. That's a bit of a shame. But We did learn some interesting stories. That's gotta count for something. Barca said he was gonna set up a meeting with Arlecchino and Sandrone, right? Let's go back to Nasha Town and see how he's doing.
Okay. Guys, once again, I believe we are just gonna call it early again today. Like, this is insane. For you who do not know, I usually call it early whenever in Genshin they do this kind of bullshit. Where it's like we're trying to do the main story, but it's literally nothing but cutscenes on cutscenes on cutscenes on like, bro. In none of this can you give us like a mini game or like, and listen, it's an open world. We can fuck off and do whatever we want whenever we want. I fully understand that. They're not forcing us to do the main story. My point is that the main story shouldn't rely on, oh, well, it's an open world, so you can just stop and go whatever, whenever. Like, no, you should have, like, a quest for the main story. Not just, walk over there, now walk over there, now walk over there, now walk over there, now walk... Like, we are now 2 hours plus into the main story of this 6.2 update. There has been 0 gameplay. Walking to a location does not count as gameplay. Okay? So I'm calling it early for today. Tomorrow we'll hop back in, and I feel like this is just gonna be the new norm now. I feel like they've kind of just given up on doing gameplay on certain parts, and they're just gonna focus on telling a story. Like, I'm sure there'll be parts where it's like, oh, it's gonna be a boss fight, or we're gonna have to, like, make our way through a thing. But since, like, we don't have a bad guy here, we're just trying to do a thing, there's no obstacle for us to get around, so they're just not gonna try to force an obstacle. But it's just like, I'm not here to sit down and watch a movie, brother. I'm here to play a game. So yeah, we're calling it early again for today. Tomorrow we'll be back and probably have another hour worth of cutscenes if this keeps up. But who knows? Maybe us trying to do this will trigger something, and like Heavenly Principles will start taking a more active role or something, or try to stop us. That would be interesting for sure. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today, guys. Thank you for coming out and hanging out on this mid-ass stream. Day 1926 of streaming in a row. Tomorrow will be more Genshin. Then on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we're going to be playing a new new to us, a looter shooter mech game, which is free in the PlayStation Store right now for PlayStation Plus members. Not sponsored. I wish. God, I wish. Oh God. All right. But yeah, we're gonna be playing that, and I'm not calling it by its name because I just cannot, for the life of me, remember. It starts with an SY. We'll figure it out on Friday. But yeah, we're gonna play that. See if that kind of like, becomes interesting. I'm not really big into looter shooters, but I'm willing to give it a shot because it's mech based. So it's like, sure, why not? Plus, free right now. And just see how that goes. Honestly, I don't really see it going past this weekend, but hey, maybe I get really hooked on it. We also have Neon White coming up at some point, as where Where Winds Meet, which is a Chinese, I think supposed to be like character action RPG, like MMORPG, I think. I don't know a lot about it. All I know is like it's a Chinese game and it's set in like a period Chinese place. I don't know if there's like magic in it or if it's supposed to be more grounded, soulsy, or what. But I've heard interesting things about it and heard some people are playing it, so I'm gonna give it a shot because that's also free. So yeah, we've got 3 games coming up. I'm not really sure when we're gonna be starting those, but we're gonna try the mech game this weekend, see if it grabs me. If it doesn't, we're gonna move immediately on to Where Winds Meet. But if it does grab me, then maybe we'll start. We're definitely starting Neon White next week. That will be our Friday game next weekend. But yeah, that is planned for the next couple of days. And like I said, tomorrow is going to be Game Awards. I'm not going to be reacting to it, but I will be live posting about it, as well as the game announcements, which, fingers crossed, Insomniac shows us some more Kingdom Hearts, baby! It's been a minute since we got any updates on that. Hopefully some Kingdom Hearts 4. Like, for the love of God, I'm gonna end myself if I have to wait another decade for another Kingdom Hearts sequel. Plus, they also canceled, I believe they canceled the Kingdom Hearts mobile game that they were working on. So I don't know if that's a good sign in that all that team moved over to the Kingdom Hearts 4 team, or if they just moved on to something else. I don't know. But hopefully this next one comes out way sooner than between 2 and 3. Also, who knows? Maybe we'll get some interesting news HoYo-wise, because there's definitely going to be a commercial there for HoYo. But it's just a matter of, are they going to do a commercial for every one of their games? Or are they going to do a big announcement for one of them? Maybe an update on the Genshin anime? Maybe some announcements for Zenless Zone Zero? That'd be super sick. Like I've said before, I'd love a Zenless Zone Zero anime where it's literally like, just take the CGI, like whoever's doing the good animation on your game team, have them do a full-blown show in that style. These, like, they're combining like fun, like cartoony style animations in with like CGI stuff, or like basic 3D animation, and it looks great every time they do it. And it's like, just make an anime like that. You don't need to get like a 2D animated team. Yeah, that is it for today, guys. Thank you for coming out and hanging out. Like always, links down below for all my usual social media stuff, as well as links over to my YouTube channel, where all my previous streams are uploaded and archived over there. And I'll catch you all tomorrow with, hopefully, some gameplay in this godforsaken game. See ya.